Welcome to the Middle Room Workshop. Today I'm going to show you how to install Air Assist on your Neje Laser Module. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, what I'm about to show you will basically work with most laser module from the 40 series by Neje, which basically have this form factor. And so among them you will find the A40640, which is the exact model in front of you, or the A40630, and so on. Now I'm going to show you two methods for Air Assist, one of which it's actually done with one of the kits that you can buy ready from Neje or one of their resellers. And the second method is a component that I have designed and 3D printed, which will be available for download on my website. Now, the first method will actually apply to pretty much any kind of laser module, as you will see. And the other thing that I want to say, this kit that you can buy, it's actually a pointless kit. And the reason for that is because as a consumer, I think that if you buy something that is designed specifically for the machine, which is sold by the same producer, it should be some kind of plug and go thing. And so, as you will see in a little while, this is not at all a plug and go. I mean, don't take me wrong, it is very easy to install, but it's not a plug and go type of thing. All right, so let's start with the first method. First thing first, you will want to de-energize your machine. So unplug your power supply. And after that, you want to go ahead and to remove the laser module from the trolley, okay? And so now, in my case, it's actually straightforward because I'm not using the clamp. I'm using this custom height adjuster. But otherwise, you will need to go ahead and use the Allen key to loosen up the clamp, and then you are good to go with it. Once you do that, then you can gently pull off on the cable, and you are basically settled. Now, if you have the height adjuster, you can remove it, or you can actually leave it as it is. It is actually not a big deal. Now, I'll move everything out of the way. All right, so in the kit, you already get a Allen key or hexagonal key. Let me show you actually what you get inside. All right, so you get a small steel pipe. This is the actual part that will direct the stream of hair into your focus. Then this is the hexagonal key that you can use to loosen this up. And then you get a longer screw than the one that you will actually remove, and one clip, which is a 3D printed clip, as you can see over here. And then you get this two 4mm hose that's I think a couple of meters long, and one of those 4/8 adapter. Okay. All right. So first thing first, we can loosen up this screw, or whichever actually you want, whichever you feel like being more adequate for your machine design. So I feel like I want to go for the right side, so we can use the key. Now, if you have an electric one, I got my WowStick here, and so I think I'll just cheat a little bit and go for it. All right, now once you're done, it is time to simply introduce a small steel pipe inside. All right, and as you can see here, there was a little bit of flow which I've noticed on the 3D printed part, and so the bottom, it's already gone. All right, so take it at some height, okay? No need to be precise. for the time being. And now the thing is that this is why I was saying that this kit is pointless. First thing first, you saw that the clip is a 3D printed clip, which means that if you got a 3D printer, you can simply do this at home. Or if you don't have one, perhaps you have a friend with a 3D printer, you can still do this at home. And even if you don't get a 3D printer, you can actually create a simple clip like this with any other material, okay? Second thing, what I was saying, this is a kit design for these machines, okay, from Neje, these laser modules. So I think that they should give you a pipe which is already bent such that it's going to point on the right spot. But as you can see, it's straight. And so now the step is that we have to go and bend this ourselves, okay? So for this purpose, you'll need a plier. I would highly suggest you, if you have a couple of pliers, but we will try with one first, okay? So first thing, take your laser module and try to see where you want it to be, okay? And bear in mind that you can do this kind of play with it. So you will need this maybe to go a little bit more, yeah, down. Not much, but okay, so that this one can bend now inward somewhat, okay? So let's try this out. Okay, I'll do it step by step so that we can try to center the things. And we have to bend a bit more, as you can see. So your ultimate target is to be able to place it here and this to be able to point where it has to point, okay? So somewhere to the center, that's where you want it to be. You could also go for a double bend if you want, like S shape, but it's all up to you as it's comfortable for you. Now I'll go ahead and install this for the time being. So we can take the longer screw. Now this is one thing that is worth noticing. I have installed it in this way, okay, so that I can have a little bit more room here to then connect the hose. But you could have also do it on the other way around, okay, so the pipe would have actually passed through the inside. It is all up to you. Again, it is a pretty easy to bend pipe, so you could then go ahead and bend a little bit the top so that you can easen up the connection to the hose. All right, now I will actually loosen it just a bit, okay, so that I can actually help myself with this here. I think I'm going to push it backward. And I'm going to tighten it now. Then we will double check that everything is actually as it should. Okay, now the second part is the connection of the hose. And again, I re-emphasize reason why this kit is pointless, because the hose, as you will notice, is just loose. Okay, you can see that it's loose. If you look closely, you will notice that there is like 1 millimeter, 1.5, I don't know, 1 millimeter maybe, there of clearance. So you will need to find out the way how to let it stay when the pressure is applied. And so now here Neje is suggesting you to use some glue, okay? But I'm not really fancy for that. Instead, what I did is I went ahead to buy a couple of pieces of, this is 6.4, okay, and this is 4, I think 10 or 6.8, no 6.8, okay, this is a 6.8. So the reason for that is that you can coaxially put them together like so, okay, and now I can basically stick this inside as well. Try to do it all the way through. Maybe I can work it out from the other side. It's a little bit to be forced, but it's doable. Okay, I think we got at least 1 centimeter inside there. It is not very precise, but it's okay. And then you can go ahead and use one of those clips for hoses. So stick it in beforehand, as you can see. And now put this onto the pipe. And now you can go ahead and tighten this up. You can use a screwdriver, but I suggest you to use a socket. It will be much easier for this kind of job. And as you can see, we have tightened this up successfully. All right, so now it is time to put the module back in its place. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, if you don't have a height adjuster like mine, just go ahead and retighten the clamp, don't forget that. And now we can also reconnect the cable. Okay. All right. And finally, the other hand of the hose can connect, to the adapter, as you can see, and the other hand of the adapter can connect to your hair supply, as you can see, like so. All right, now this is the important part. You will need to make sure that the hair is actually coming out on the right spot. So the first thing you will want to have a look at is that the laser is actually free. That means that the pipe is actually not on the way. The other thing that you can do is, that's the method that I found very useful. You can find something that can stick inside of the tiny pipe, the steel pipe. So I found that one of those needles works just fine. So I will try to stick it from the bottom. If you have no space, rise up a little bit the module. Okay. And put it inside. Okay, so as you can see, I have now the focus on the crown of the needle. I have a ball in this needle, and so we want the crown to touch the surface, okay, at the focus height, okay, so that then we can establish whether or not we are on the right position. And so to do that, I'll first position this at the proper height for engraving and cutting. Now for my laser module, I have a small block here. Now as you can see, this is actually on the way. So what I will do, I will loosen the clamp a little bit. Okay, and I will pull this up. And then trying to put this down where it's supposed to. Now, if you notice, as me, right now I'm unable to put it on the right spot. You can pull this all out and try to bend this a little bit better. Okay, so that's what I'm now going to do. So I'll pull this out, put this in, and I will try to bend it a little bit more. Just be careful. Just be careful not to damage anything on the way. Okay. All right. Let me try this again. Okay, again, try to bring this down. And as you can see, now we are perfectly there. So if I take the block out, let me actually, yes, we are free. So as you can see now, the focus is on the crown, which is in line with the stream of hair. And so now I can go ahead and tighten everything up carefully. Now I can remove the needles from here, and I am pretty much good to go. So this is what you want to achieve. This is what it should look like. Now it's up to you if you want to use this contraption here, or if you want to use glue as suggested by Neje. Also if you want to install it on the other way around, and how you want your pipe to be bent. Now I'm going to show you the other way, which is with my custom design block. All right, so let me unplug everything. Now we are going to remove all of the four screws that are holding in place the inspection glass. So I'm going to use my electric screwdriver. Okay, once you're done with that, keep aside your inspection glass, because if one day you want to reinstall it for some reason, it's good to have it. Then we can get the custom block, which is over here. Now I have designed this specifically for this laser module, and on my design I have basically created a small recess over here, if the camera can render it, where I can put a small O-ring like this one. So what I suggest you to do in this case is, first you can plug your O-ring over there, and then you can push it in with itself. As you can see, it's fairly precise, and most probably the camera will not be able to render it, but if you look through, you will be able to see the lens on the inside. So now we can go ahead and to use the exact same screws that we were using before, that were actually installed. This is the way it should look like. Okay, and this is from the bottom. As you can see, our small fan pushing through, it's still having his own output here, so we are not obstructing that. Now this is going to basically create an encapsulation, and that means that the laser beam will be encapsulated into a stream of hair, and this is way more precise than what we did with the previous contraption. Okay, now the way I've designed this is to accept two sizes of pipes. One is the 6/8 millimeters. So this one comes straight from my compressor, and you can stick it straight here, okay? But the other one, if we re-unplug this, the one that comes with Neje, you can actually try and stick it here on the inside, okay? So it can actually pass all the way through. So now for this I'm going to use the 8/6. Okay, so you'll first stick this inside here, and then it is time to put this into your module. Eventually you can do this a little bit ahead of time before to actually install the small block, so that is easier, but I've been doing it several times and I found no problem. Be careful on the amount of force that you apply. Bear in mind that it's a 3D printed component. Okay, now I can just release this a bit more so that it can go inside. All right, and now we are perfectly good to go. Now, in this case, we don't have to deal with alignment or anything like so, because obviously this is already in line. You don't have to bend any pipe or to test and trial with the focus height. So you're basically good to go. All right, so now I'm going to run one test without hair assist, and then one test with hair assist so that you can actually see what's the difference between the two. All right, it is time for the truth. Now, before to try and attach them, I just want to show you what we are talking about. You can clearly see the barnings all around the cut line of the one without air assist and now the one with air assist. Now let's try to detach this. There we go. The one with air assist and the one without air assist. One with and one without air assist. You can clearly see that the one with air assist is definitely cleaner. Also, if you look at the cut itself, you can see that we are talking about a very clean cut that leaves almost no black. I mean, I still get some black on the finger, as you can see here. But if I try the same with the other one, you can clearly see what I get here. And so air assist, it's definitely a winner. Now, this laser module is quite old. That means that I've been working a lot. I'm mainly cutting with this machine, so I've been cutting a lot, and so the residual optical power is reduced. However, usually with air assist, you are able to either use slightly less power or to go slightly faster and to still cut through the same thickness of material. So this is one of the biggest advantages by using air assist. Now, which one would you like to go for? It is up to you. I'll put the link for both, for the block that you can buy from my can download from my website, as well as the kit that you can buy from one of Neje's resellers, and to make up the idea yourself. All right, for the time being, I hope you found this video helpful. As usual, if you liked it, click the thumbs up button below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one.